was talking to Chris about it earlier. So I mean, basically, it's what is interesting is that the system still looks like equilibrium. So the flow, the pace of investing, the amount of capital being drawn, the amount of capital being returned is actually very close to equilibrium. The elephant is the pricing side. So the pricing leverage levels are looking pretty toppy in buyout pretty much everywhere, and that's the thing. So we're at an elevated entry point driven by dynamics, underlying yields, base rates, etc. And so you've got the GPs that know their stuff are basically saying, we've got conviction on the point of arrival. We know we're starting from an elevated entry point, but we're pretty convinced about what we're going to be able to do here. Resilient business model, great governance around the investment committee, really good business plan, digital, we've figured it out. We know what we're doing. All of that is true, and that's where we're at. But we are at a really elevated starting point. And what's likely to happen, right? If we have a sort of a moment or whatever where multiples contract, then what's most likely to happen, in my opinion, is we're just going to own these things for a long time. So I mean, it's not as if these businesses are going to fail, the structures are going to fail, because they've been done pretty thoughtfully. But the GPs are going to have much longer holding periods. So the challenge is not sort of a system fail issue. It's more an IRR compression. But again, if you look at if you sort of pace back to the public markets, I mean, the great thing about private equity, only asset class in the world where the insiders make the liquidity decisions. So what the market basically says, and our customers basically say is, this is, even in that environment, even at these pricing levels, even with everything that prevails, it's a better bet than the next best alternative. And actually, that's why it keeps getting funded. Because people are aware of the risks of entering at this elevated point. It's clear. But the outcomes are also reasonably well thought through. And even in that scenario, it's a better alternative than the next best option. Seems to be the gist.
Chris, anything to add?
I can't add to the Hamilton Lane research. It's supreme.
But the hunkering down a little bit, just in preparation for something around the corner.
Actually, the one thing that's actually interesting is if you believe all that to be true, you're going to do more credit than you are equity. Sorry, yeah, you're going to do more debt, because debt's different risk return.
Which works for you guys as well. So.
Yeah, look, we've been saying for the last 3 or 4 years this can't go on forever, and that's been informing the decisions we've made, and it keeps going. It won't, but yeah, there is a heightened sense of caution in the room.